All right, what is going on today, guys? Welcome back to today's video. What we're going over is how to quit your 9-to-5 and start your business, and what parameters that I looked for when I quit my 9-to-5 as far as income, savings, all of those cool metrics that give you more clarity on when you can do so, how much income you should be making from your side hustle or current business, and also what your current finances should be, expenses, and etc. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this. And let's get right into this. First things first is when you're about to leave your 9-to-5, my biggest metric was I need 6 months of living expenses saved. So these are not 6 months of living expenses for you eating out and you doing extravagant things with that extra side income. These are your rent, your car payment, utilities, groceries, not like only eating out, but groceries, because you should not be eating out every single day. As soon as you do quit your 9-to-5, you need to be able to back up and unleverage all of those fun things, because you're not going to have that supplemental income anymore coming in for your 9-to-5. So as far as that expense is considered, car, insurance, if you have health insurance, your rent, utilities, gas, really just the essentials. How much do you spend on a monthly basis to actually just live and get by? Times that by 6, and that should be in your savings or checking account ready to go, because you need that 6-month learning curve to get the business off the ground. Also, at economies of scale, there's times where the economy might change in the middle of that 6-month period, and it's actually really tough for you to get a grasp of what your business and predictability it has in order to supplement the income as well. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, no matter what you do for those 6 months, whatever you decide to buy or invest in, if you can't buy it 3 times, don't buy it at all. It's one of my biggest financial rules is if you're looking at a car, a house, a laptop, I don't care what you're looking for, but if you're not comfortable spending that money 3 times on the spot, then you should not be buying that thing. So let's say your MacBook, right? You buy a new MacBook, it's $2,000. If you're not okay spending $6,000 right now, then don't get that. Keep your current laptop, or maybe you got to make a repair to that current laptop, or whatever like this camera. If you can't buy it 3 times, don't buy it at all. It kind of frames you to understand that 67% of your money you should not really be touching, or have that as that backup. There's a lot of people talk about emergency funds, having like 20K in emergency fund. If you're young, the chances of you having health problems are obviously a lot lower. Car accidents are higher, but I just wouldn't really predicate only your decision on an extra 20 grand on an emergency fund. Just have the 6 months of living expenses. You can always go back and get that bullshit job. Okay, there's bullshit jobs everywhere. You can always get them. Next thing, number 3, is if you are, let's say you're making like 5K a month at your current job, right? We're just gonna do figures. So 5 grand a month you're making at your current job, and let's say your side hustle is making you $1,000 a month, right? And you're starting to get it off the ground. What you don't realize is that $5,000 a month is actually less than the $1,000 a month you're making right now. And the reason why is because that $5,000 a month took up 9 hours of your day every single day. So you're losing that time. You need to change your frame to value time more than the money, because now that you have 9 extra hours a day to work on that $1,000 a month thing, you should be able to take that $1,000 a month thing and times it by at least 4 to 5, and you should be able to supplement that lost income. And still, like I said, having that 6 months of living expenses. The next thing too is, the reason why I say 6 months is because you need to be able to find the predictability in the business and where it's currently going and how much money it makes during X time. 6 months allows you to go through a season or 2, right? You see where that thing is in month 1, then you see where it is in month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then ongoing. So if you start that business in June, then you can see where it ends in December. You get to see it through the holiday season, because for service-based businesses like myself, it's slow as hell during that time of year. So it's like we get to see what the business actually acts like in the middle of the summer all the way to the end of December, because November, December, like these 2 months are the slowest months of all. And that's customary, right? It's services. People are focused on like buying a new iPhone and like all that stuff. So don't get too caught up on that, but at the same time, you want to see how that trend lasts over that 6-month time frame. And then the last thing is honestly just like making sure you don't have a ton of obligations. If you have kids, like you have a family, you have a mortgage, like it's a lot harder for you to quit your job. But like I said, you know, if you've been working a job for at least like 3 to 5 years, you should have enough money saved. The problem is that most people don't know how to save money or look at money in a certain way where it's like they have a limiting belief that they can't save X amount, or this amount is all that I need, or this amount is all that I'm willing to spend. But if you don't take on obligations between like ages 20 and 30, it's a lot easier for you to like quit your job and pursue something else. I have a bunch of friends that I grew up with where they're 28, 29 years old, they have 2 kids already, and they have a mortgage, and it's like, it's insane. They can't just quit their job because, you know, they might be making, you know, one of my friends works at FedEx and he makes like $4 grand a month, and I offered him a sales job. And, you know, some of our sales reps, depending on the months, you know, they can make anywhere from like 6 grand a month to like 10 grand a month. It just really depends. But it's obviously a lot more work. You're in sales, you're doing follow-up, you're on Zoom calls all day, right? There's a lot more effort applied in that niche. But with that being said, he wasn't willing to quit the job to then make the 6 to 10 because it wasn't guaranteed, right? And that's like the whole mindset thing, is like that limiting belief that you would want the guaranteed 4K instead of the chance of making 6 to 10, when realistically, like, we have SOPs and systems to the point where it's like pretty easy for them to do so. So that's kind of like the biggest 5 things I'd be looking for before you decide to quit your 9 to 5 to then starting a business. Don't make like a stupid decision. You know, take these things into account. You want that 6-month emergency fund. You know, you want to make sure that your expenses, you want to be living off about 20% of what you make after the 6 month. So, you know, whatever you have saved for 6 months, after that, you want to be living off of 20% of what you make. Don't get some crazy apartment. Don't buy some crazy car. If your car breaks down, maybe just do public transportation for a little bit. Like, you have to sacrifice. Don't just put yourself in a hole. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. You guys can like, comment, and subscribe below. Comment any questions that you have about, you know, maybe your 9 to 5, how much you are making. And if you would like any advice, I can definitely reply to you in the comments. But thanks again. Hit the Instagram link as well in the description. Follow me there. I'm also on TikTok as well. But thanks again, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.